The Young and the Restless spoilers full. Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today is another wild day in the soap world, and honestly, we need to talk about the absolute madness happening in Genoa City right now. Grab your snacks and settle in, because the drama never stops. Let's get right into it. So, let's talk about Diane Jenkins. Because honestly, I feel like I've been talking about Diane for 5 years straight, and I am just exhausted. But I can't look away. The Young and the Restless spoilers just dropped a massive bomb on us, and I am still trying to process it. Diane was just the victim of a completely unhinged kidnapping plot, orchestrated by none other than Patty Williams and Dr. Lawrence Markham. And, yeah, you heard that right. Patty is back at it again. What were they thinking bringing Patty back into this specific mess? I mean, we all know Patty is obsessed with Jack Abbott. That is like the core of her entire existence at this point. She will do literally anything to separate Jack from whoever he is with, but going after Diane like this, it's intense. And teaming up with a doctor, it's just wild. But let's rewind a bit because we need to talk about how this even happened. Patty has been causing long-distance destabilization for a while now, messing with Kyle, messing with everyone she can touch. But actually getting her hands on Diane? That takes a special kind of crazy. And she found the perfect partner in crime with Dr. Lawrence Markham. Who even is this guy? Fans on social media have been screaming about this for weeks. He's supposed to be a psychologist, but let's be real. He is the one who needs a straitjacket. He helped Patty kidnap Diane just to get her away from Jack. But then things got weird. Like really, really weird. So while Diane is locked up, Markham starts developing this twisted, creepy crush on her. I was watching this a few episodes ago, and I just had to pause the TV. I was like, are they really doing this? A captor falling in love with his hostage? It's so cliche, but also deeply disturbing. Markham is sitting there, supposed to be this cold, calculated villain working for Patty, and instead he's getting all hard eyes over Diane. It makes my skin crawl. And it makes him so much more dangerous, you know? Because he's not just doing a job anymore. He's obsessed. He wants her for himself. And here is where the rumors are just flying off the handle. You guys have probably seen the theories on Twitter and the message boards. A lot of people think Dr. Lawrence Markham isn't even a real person. They think he is actually Martin Laurent in disguise. Which, okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. The writers love a good mask storyline. They love a fake identity. If Markham is actually Martin, that changes everything. It means this goes way deeper than just Patty's jealousy over Jack. It means there's a whole other layer of revenge happening here. I kind of hope it's true because it would explain why Markham is acting so bizarrely obsessed with Diane. But maybe I'm being too harsh on the writers. Maybe they just wanted a new creepy doctor character to shake things up. Either way, the guy is a total creep and a major threat. So anyway, Diane is a tough cookie. We have to give her that. She didn't just sit there and wait to be rescued like a damsel in distress. She actually managed to drug Markham. Yes, Diane. I was cheering at my screen. She slipped him something, knocked him out cold, and made a run for it. It was such a classic soap opera escape. The adrenaline was pumping, the music was dramatic, but she didn't do it entirely alone because Kyle Abbott swooped in to help save his mother. Kyle has been going through so much lately. He's been dealing with that highly inappropriate romantic tension with Victoria Newman, which is a whole nother mess, and dealing with Patty directly messing with his head. But he stepped up. He got his mom out of there. And honestly, it was a really sweet moment between mother and son. Kyle bringing Diane back home to the Abbott mansion was exactly what we needed to see after all that darkness and fear. And then there's Jack. Oh, Jack. Jack and Diane have been through the absolute ringer lately. Just last week we were talking about how their marriage was falling apart. Jack was trying to buy her forgiveness with that vintage ring from Josephine Baker's jewelry box, and Diane was having none of it. She was furious. And let's not forget Diane catching Jack in that highly questionable moment with Nikki Newman. I mean, Jack has been making mistake after mistake. He's been reckless and misguided. But suddenly, Diane gets kidnapped, she almost loses her life, and all is forgiven. I guess near-death experiences have a way of putting things into perspective. They reconciled, at least for now. They are back together under the Abbott roof, hugging and crying and promising to never let each other go. It's sweet, but it also feels a little too easy. But how long is this peace going to last? Who actually believes this is going to end well? Because I sure don't. Markham is on the run. The guy is out there somewhere in Genoa City, or hiding in some creepy cabin in the woods, just plotting his next move. And he is obsessed with Diane. You don't just walk away from an obsession like that. He is going to come back for her. I can feel it in my bones. The writers are setting us up for a sequel to this nightmare. And Diane is sitting in the Abbott mansion thinking she's safe just because Kyle and Jack are there. But is she really? Let's talk about the Abbott mansion security for a second. It is a complete joke. Anyone can just waltz in through the patio doors. Sure, Jack is there. Kyle is there. Tracy and Ashley are supposedly around the house too. But what are they going to do against a deranged psychologist who might be a master of disguise? Tracy is going to bake him a pie? Ashley is going to throw a beaker of experimental perfume at him? I love the Abbott sisters. I really do. But they are not a private security firm. Jack couldn't even protect himself from Patty when she drugged him and tied him up on a boat. Remember that? Yeah. Jack is not the ultimate bodyguard. He is a CEO, not an action hero. Which brings me to a bigger point. What is with this show's absolute obsession with kidnappings right now? It feels like every single storyline eventually leads to someone being tied to a chair in a dark room. It's getting ridiculous. But I also kind of love it. I don't know, I'm torn. Just look at the track record lately. We had Patty kidnapping Jack and holding him hostage on that boat. That was insane. Then we had Mariah Copeland completely losing her mind and kidnapping baby Dominic Philip Abbott Newman Winters Chancellor. That storyline broke my heart, but it was still a literal kidnapping. And it doesn't stop there. Look at the Newman family. Victor Newman literally faked a kidnapping with Lily Winters just to get control of Chancellor. He manipulated that whole situation, caused a massive war between Lily and Nikki, and for what? Just to prove he's the boss, and to get his way. And then out in Las Vegas, we had Matt Clark holding Nick, Sharon, and Noah hostage in an abandoned gas station? Like, what is happening to this town? Nick was so traumatized, he's basically relying on Sharon's magic tea just to stop himself from murdering Matt. Is there something in the water that just makes everyone want to hold people against their will? It's a kidnapping epidemic in Genoa City. Nobody is safe. Not the Newmans, not the Abbotts, nobody. So with all of this happening, why should we believe Diane is safe? We shouldn't. Markham is cunning. He's a psychologist, which means he knows exactly how people think. He knows how to manipulate situations and exploit weaknesses. If he wants Diane back, he is going to find a way to get her. He could disguise himself as a delivery guy. He could disguise himself as a new maid. Heck, if the Martin Laurent theory is true, he's already a master of wearing fake faces. He could walk right into the Abbott living room, pour himself a drink, and nobody would even blink until it's too late. The Abbotts are sitting ducks. And think about the psychological toll this is taking on Diane right now. She's putting on a brave face. She's acting happy to be home with Jack and Kyle. But deep down, she has to be absolutely terrified. Every time a floorboard creaks in that giant house, she probably jumps out of her skin. I know I would. You can't just shake off being held captive by a maniac who claims to be in love with you. It messes with your head. And Diane already has so much baggage. She spent years pretending to be dead. She fought so hard to redeem herself and rebuild her life with Kyle and Jack. She faced down Nikki, she faced down Phyllis, she faced down everyone who hated her. And now this? It's just cruel. It feels like the universe won't let her have 5 minutes of peace. I honestly wonder what Patty's next move is, too. Is Patty still working with Markham? Or did his creepy crush on Diane ruin their partnership? Because Patty doesn't like to share. If Markham goes rogue and tries to take Diane for himself, Patty might actually be the one to take him down. Wouldn't that be a twist? Patty Williams saving Diane Jenkins because she doesn't want anyone else messing with her toys. Okay, maybe I'm getting carried away, but you have to admit it would be amazing television. The writers need to take notes right now. Because a Patty versus Markham showdown over who gets to ruin Diane's life would be peak soap opera gold. But seriously, the vulnerability of Jack and Diane right now is off the charts. They are acting like they've won the war, but they've only won a battle. They are letting their guard down when they should be boarding up the windows. Jack is probably planning some lavish romantic dinner to celebrate Diane's return, completely ignoring the fact that a madman is loose. Jack is so naive sometimes. He always wants to believe the worst is over. He wants to believe his love can fix everything. But the worst is never over on this show. The minute you think you're safe, bam. Someone is hitting you over the head with a candlestick or dragging you into a secret room. I just can't shake the feeling that Markham is watching them right now. Creeping around the bushes at the Abbott estate. Staring through the windows. And if he strikes again, I don't think Kyle will be able to save her this time. The element of surprise is gone. If Markham takes her again, he's going to take her somewhere far away. Somewhere nobody can find her. And that is what terrifies me for Diane. She just got her life back. She just got Jack back after all that mess with the ring and Nikki. To lose it all again to some crazy doctor would be devastating. And honestly, I don't know if Jack's heart could take it. He's been through too much. So what do you guys think? Are we heading for another kidnapping? Is Markham going to strike while the iron is hot? Or is he going to bide his time and wait for Jack and Diane to completely forget about him? I want to read all your theories in the comments. Because right now, my brain is just spinning with all the possibilities. I'm exhausted. I've been staring at this screen for hours trying to make sense of this plot. But I am so invested. I complain, but I will be seated in front of my TV tomorrow with popcorn. That's just how it is. It's an addiction. It's the cycle of being a soap fan. We rant, we rave, we swear we're going to stop watching, and then boom, someone gets kidnapped by a fake doctor, and we are right back in it. The Young and the Restless knows exactly what they are doing to us. They are playing with our emotions. Just like Markham is playing with Diane. And we let them. Because at the end of the day, there's nothing quite like the drama of Genoa City. So stay tuned, keep your doors locked, and don't trust any creepy psychologists. I'll be keeping a close eye on the Abbott mansion, and you should too. Let's just hope Diane sleeps with one eye open tonight.